The defender on the hardwood leads the other way, and now an offensive foul whistled against Fort Lee as Ogadegbe a little out of control trying to get through the paint. And that time the offensive foul was whistled as the previous possession was a blocking call. So now both teams with 2 fouls apiece for Ogadegbe. That is his first personal foul. Again, team second. Fame thought about it with 45 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Jake Anko trying to find Tamraz inside. He gets denied on the rejection for Fort Lee. Martinez looked for a little help, a little confusion right in front of us in the near sideline. That leads to the turnover, and now it deflects off of the hands of Fame last, and it's going to be Fort Lee possession with 27.5 seconds remaining. And that's going to be a turnover there for Fort Lee as they were having it on one side of the half-court stripe and threw it into the backcourt for a backcourt violation. So now inbounded just directly in front of us as Zayas gets it in. We'll see if Dumont will try to milk the clock for this final possession of the quarter. They lead 15-2. 15 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Tamraz barking out instructions. Well, Fame straight away. He's being guarded quickly and closely. Tamraz with a 15-foot elbow jumper gets the shooter's roll, hits the back iron and draws nylon. And that will end the first quarter of play as it will be Dumont with a 17-2 lead after the first quarter as that one dropped. An impressive start to this game for the team regarded by many as one of the top 10 teams in the county and the favorite to win this divisional contest and divisional play this season as well. So Fort Lee was only able to get 2 points, and that came courtesy of the 2 foul shots of Nathan Garcia. For Tamraz, that was his first main basket of the game. Dominic Barlow with a game-high 6 points in that first quarter, while Josh Fernandez added in 5 for the Huskies. And again, Garcia, the lone scorer in that first quarter for Fort Lee. For Dumont, they've also had their way of late with the Bridgemen. They defeated Fort Lee last season by an average of 24 points in the last 2 meetings and have, as I mentioned, won 4 straight in this rivalry. The preseason favorites in the American Division. Last season, they earned the number 8 seed in the North 1 Group 2 state sectional playoffs, where they defeated number 9 Mawa 53-38 in the first round before losing to top seed and eventual sectional champions Ramsey 44-35 in the quarters. This will be a Fort Lee possession to begin this second quarter of play. Graham inbounding directly in front of us. Ogadegbe. Now Jang quickly fires, and that time knocks down the triple. Devin Jang from downtown, first made 3-pointer of the game for the Bridgemen, who only shot 26% from 3 in their season opening loss on the road against Ridgefield Park. They know if they can get the 3 ball falling, they'll stay in this game throughout against the taller Dumont side. Fame tries an immediate answer, no good. Barlow using that 6'9" frame to again carve out space in the offensive glass. Eventually works around to Fernandez with the shooting finish, leaving that wrist a little longer in the air. That's his second triple of the game. He now has a game-high 8. 20-5 now. Good feed, but Gakian just missed it on the dish by Ogadegbe. Garcia trying to get it back to Ogadegbe on the baseline. Here's Jang. Can he go back-to-back? No, he can't. Tipped out in space, fight for the loose ball, and corralled by Tamraz. Now here's Thame in the far corner. Taking his man off the dribble. Power dribble. High off the glass, no good. Barlow, the Windex man, cleans it up inside. Barlow joins his counterpart Fernandez with 8 points in the contest. And it's a 22-5 lead now for the Huskies of Dumont. Garcia with a lefty dribble, picks up the dribble, looking for a cutter. Double team comes to him, trying to get out of harm's way. Finds a wide open teammate, but that time Quentin Graham rushed the shot. Here's Barlow the other way with the two-handed flush finish. Barlow in double digits with 10 points in the game at 24 points at Fort Lee a season ago. Jang back to Ogedegbe, watched by Barlow. He pulls up, no good. Rattles in and out. Barlow, an easy rebound. Nobody in the same vicinity. Gets it to Fernandez, back to Barlow. Barlow off the glass, no good. Put back attempt though by Lutgeb. And then he's fouled in the act of shooting, and the 6'7" sophomore forward will head to the line for 2 at the charity stripe with 5:59 remaining here in the first half of play. Lutgeb missing that one, that first opportunity. If you're just joining us, fans, Fort Lee only scored 2 points in the first quarter. We're trailing 17-2 after one. It's now a 25-5 lead for Dumont after Lutgeb goes 1 of 2 at the line, this time down. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter from the East Gym at Fort Lee. Garcia, again, the double team quickly comes to him, trying to force the pass. Gakian over to Jang. Jang thought about the three. He's got one today. Here's Gakian in the near side corner. Too long on that three. Rebounded inside by Fernandez. Tamrez to Barlow. Barlow pulls up from distance. That's a brick. Doesn't draw iron, and it's going to be an over-the-back foul against Mike Lutgeb down underneath the basket. Good job by Rafi Gakian, the 6'3" senior forward for Fort Lee, of boxing out and drawing the over-the-back foul. For Lutgeb, that's going to be the triples. Second three-pointer of this quarter for Fort Lee. Fernandez, who's made 2 from downtown, missing, but the follow-up inside is good for Jackson Lockhart. Fort Lee struggling on the defensive side of the floor of keeping Dumont off the offensive boards. They've been camping out down low on the glass off misses. Trying the floater finish, but Jang's miss is now to the opportunity of Barlow and company. In the floor, running like a gazelle, is Dominic Barlow. He has 12 points in the half. Lead swells to 29-8 now. Ogedegbe dribbling it off his foot. Here's a numbers opportunity. Fame alley-oop attempt for Barlow. Little undercut in terms of missing it, but Barlow makes the most of it, reverses the layup, and gets it to go. 8 points in the quarter from Barlow. He has 14 in the half. Garcia trying to dribble amongst the trees, loses it, but Jang picks the pocket of Barlow. Here's Gakian, pulls up from distance, and this time tickles the twine. Rafi Gakian for 3. He averages 9 points a game so far this season. That pulls them back to within 20, as it is a 31-11 lead for Dumont. Timeout taken on the floor with 3:48 remaining, as it's a 30-second timeout for Dumont as they want to talk things over, as they're in control here in the first half on the road, as you're watching Fort Lee boys basketball action, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department. A reminder, fans, that Dominic Barlow for Dumont, the big man, number 13, who's now taking a breather on the bench for Coach Martorell and the Dumont Huskies. Second team all North Jersey from a season ago. Had plenty of Division I offers, but is elected to do a post-grad year following his graduation this year from Dumont. And then we'll open up his recruitment again after that post-grad year to see maybe more suitors at the college level. He has been impressive here in the first half. 14 points, a game high, to lead the way against Fort Lee here. Fame with a shake and bake move from the top of the key, no good. The ball pinballs out and Tamrez recollects. Now here's going to be a corner three, knocked down by Fame. 5 points for Osman Fame after he missed on the initial layup attempt. Eventually it found its way into his hands right in front of that far corner three. Now it's a 34-11 advantage. Ball movement inside, trying to find a player, and good hustle on the floor as Dumont trying to get it out, but even better hustle by Fort Lee. Ogadegbe curling around inside, lobbing it up at the glass, no good. He has been pressured against that size all afternoon long. A lot of times he's been guarded by the 6'9 Barlow, that time being contested by the 6'3 Jackson Lockhart. Devin Jang, 5'9 freshman, being the inbounder. He has 3 points in this first half. Ogadegbe still scoreless. Again, he's the leading scorer from the first game, 20 points in the opener. Here's a three from straight away by Martinez, no good. Good box out, finally falls into the hands of Lockhart, who outlets it. Down to Jake Anko, number 3. Now Tamrez back to Anko. 2:25 and counting left to go here in the second quarter. 34-11 lead for Dumont. Trying to go to 2-0 on the season and pick up their first win in divisional play. Fame is going to be whistled for stepping out on the baseline, so a turnover forced by Fort Lee. And the inbound is going to go over to the Bridgeman with 2:14 remaining here in the second quarter of play. Fort Lee lost this matchup at home to Dumont a season ago, 69-43. Luis Armas' 20-point performance led the way in the losing effort for Fort Lee. Ogadegbe, power dribble, now pulls up, tries to kiss it off the glass, nothing falling for number 32 in white. Barlow back into the game, goes right to the rim, and it's going to be a foul whistled before the layup could fall. So we'll see if it's going to be in the act of shooting or just on the floor, as that will be the 4th team foul against Fort Lee. As that foul will be whistled against Xavier Martinez, his first. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. Again, trying to find Barlow inside. He is just dominating, and he gets the and one call, and another made basket here in the second quarter for the 6'9 senior. Barlow with 10 of his 16 points here in the second quarter alone, with a chance to add to that total. And he is just really dominating inside because Fort Lee, quite frankly, can't match up with his 6'9 frame. And you can see even just a thin build of Barlow makes him look even longer and leaner, as Barlow knocks down the foul shot to extend his team's lead to 37-11, with 1:40 and counting left to go here in the first half. Double team comes to Ogadegbe as he tried to take his defender on the baseline to the far side. Tried to pass it up top, and it's intercepted by Anko. Anko is fouled on his way up by Gakian. And quickly the foul starting to mount up here in the second quarter for Fort Lee. Stopping the clock with 1:26 remaining. And that'll send Jake Anko to the line, shooting 2. And that is the second personal foul against Rafi Gakian, as Jake Anko, the 5'10 sophomore, misses that shot to the left side. So the next foul against Fort Lee would put Dumont in the single bonus for the remainder of the first half. Dumont has only committed 3 total fouls in this first half of play themselves. Anko, missed opportunity there, goes 0 for 2 at the line. Rebounded instead by Ryan Irizarry, number 43, who's checked into the game for Coach Schrager in Fort Lee. Garcia, nice job of lulling the defenders to sleep and then doing the high kiss off the glass. He has 4 points in this first half to lead the charge offensively for Fort Lee. Under a minute left to go here in the first half of play at the East Gym here at Fort Lee. It's been all Dumont here, taking care of business on the road, and a big reason why, big number 13 inside. There's Dominic Barlow again. 19 points in the first half of play. Miscommunication there as Garcia was trying to lead his teammate over to the near side. But instead it ends up as a turnover on the play with 39.2 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Chris Tamraz, who had 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists at Fort Lee a season ago. Kind of does it all while leading the point guard duties for this offense for Dumont. Barlow gets tied up on his way up, and that's going to be a jump ball situation. Possession arrow still favoring Dumont. So possession will stay here for the Huskies with 20.5 seconds remaining on the clock. Barlow with 19 points in the first half. 13 points coming here in the second quarter alone for the long 6'9" senior. Tamrez right back down to Barlow. Barlow trying to get away from the pesky defense, but does maneuver inside. He now has 21 points in the first half alone. 41-13 lead now with under 5 seconds left to go. Garcia, can he get something off in time? He does get it off in time, and it rattles off the back rim. No good. And that will end the first half of play in a dominant performance by the preseason favorites in the Big North American Division, as we will head to halftime with Dumont on top of Fort Lee by a score of 41-13. And their star player, Dominic Barlow, outscoring Fort Lee himself, producing 21 first half points, most of those inside the paints. So again, we'll head to halftime here. Stick around for the start of the second half of play as you're watching Fort Lee boys basketball coverage, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department here on YouTube.